What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the All-In Woodsman. Today we are starting our trip here in Gulf Shores, Alabama for the week. We only get to come down here once or twice a year, and today we start that trip. So y'all stick around, let's see if we can get on some fish. All right, everybody, welcome to the beach. We got down here, got our sand spikes in the ground, and now we are gonna work on, I'm just gonna start putting 2 poles out. I gotta dig for some sand fleas, as well as my shrimp are frozen solid. So we're gonna start with just a couple small pieces of fish gum and fish bites. Fish gum, I'm using the sand flea sickle. And then, like always, the fish bites, I'm using the pink and white shrimp. So we're just gonna start by chucking out some fish bites to see if we can get anything to take fish bites and just have something soaking in the water while we get some more other bait thawed out and raked. So y'all stick around. All right, so first pole's going out. We've got this one with a 2-ounce weight. It's a little choppy, but we're gonna see if we can get away with it. Just because I like to go as light as possible on our weights. So basically on this one, I've just got sand flea fish bites on the top, and then I've got shrimp fish bites on the bottom, and we're just gonna get that out there. All right, get that in our pole holder. So yesterday I wasn't even running my GoPro, and I was down the beach with my pompano rig, or my whiting rig, tossing in some holes to try to catch some whiting. And I turned around and was watching my poles like I always am. And all of a sudden I saw something hit my furthest pole from me. And of course, we had a pompano hit that pole, and I mean hit it. And I didn't have my sand spikes in well enough, and so it actually pulled my rod into the sand. And what happened was, luckily it was a pompano and it was running in on me. If it had been a big red or something that wanted to run out, I would have lost my entire setup and my entire rig. So needless to say, today we've tried our best to get these sand spikes in a little bit heavier and further in the ground. I forgot my mallet that I normally use to put these in the ground, so I will be picking one of those up today more than likely. But for now, we just dug a hole and put them in, so we'll see if they last. So I don't know if you all can see, but basically what I'm fishing here is I've got a sandbar out here that comes all the way out to about right here, somewhere in this ballpark. And then on this side of me over here, I really don't know if you can see that, I've got a cut, or I've got a little sandbar coming out here, kind of dumps out over here. So what I'm fishing is, I'm hoping the pompano run this little bit right here where it's open, cut into this little trough, and cut back out. This is where I caught him yesterday, was fishing my poles somewhere, one in the middle of the trough and one kind of over here around this point where they cut in. So we'll see. I caught one on each pole yesterday, so we'll see if that's the case again today. The surf is a little choppier this morning, which is fine. I don't mind it. But yesterday, as the day progressed, it got clearer and the water got a whole lot more clear. So hopefully that's the case today. But we're gonna try and get some sand fleas raked up and get the shrimp thawing so we can get some actual live bait out there as well. But for now, we just got fish bites and fish gum out there soaking. That way we have something in the water in case something big swims by. So, all right, let's go get some sand fleas. Yesterday, my whiting were all caught off of just regular fish bite, or shrimp, sorry, not fish bites. And then all of my pompano were caught on sand flea and fish bites and fish gum. So a combination of both. Live sand flea tipped off with a sand flea, or live sand flea tipped off with the fish gum and or the fish bites. All right, we're gonna reel this joker in, tip it with some sand fleas and get it back out here. Yesterday was a slow bite, but it was a quality bite. Everything I caught was a keeper. All right. But I really like the way this little trough is set up with a little cut in the sandbar right here. Really hoping to see more pompano running that and coming in here to try to find some bait and something to eat. Let's see. There we go. Beautiful sand fleas. Let's get them on the hook. All right, let's see. Just dropped one of them. All right, so if you want to put a sand flea on, the way you're going to do it is up underneath their tail. And what you want to do is just gently, I don't know if the GoPro's even showing you guys this, gently work that hook through the shell. You want to create as little hole as possible in that shell, because the moment you crack a really big hole in that shell, it's going to come off the line when you toss it out there with this weight on it, even easier. But unfortunately, they come off the hook pretty easily as is. So what I normally like to do is put them on and then put the fish bite on. It just acts as like a barrier to that thing popping off as easily. But today we wanted to go ahead and get something out in the water. So, man, sand fleas there, squirmy. All right, that one's ready. It's stacked up with fish gum, but hopefully something big will come by and snatch it. All right. Ugh. All right, so I got that one stuck kind of out in the middle of that big opening. Out here, kind of got it out here in this ballpark, right between where that cut's at, but kind of right where they're coming in. It's not in the cut, but it's in this side of the, on this side of the cut. So we'll see if anything swims through there. All right, so we're gonna toss around our whiting rig just to see if we can't find some whiting in these little pockets. All I've got is a little, it's a Zebco slingshot from Walmart. 10-15 bucks, super light tackle. I think it's like 8-pound mono. Down to, I've got a swivel with a 1 ounce egg weight on top of it, so it floats kind of like a Carolina rig. Down to a size 6 circle hook, something nice and small for those little whiting to get their mouths around. Who knows what you're gonna catch? My wife has caught a 21-inch redfish on this setup right here, exactly. Now it took some finagling, took some working, but we got it in. So you never know down here what you're gonna catch, especially right up here in the surf. And I'm gonna be casting like right here 10-15 yards out, if that, for these little whiting. So let's see if we can't catch anything. Oh, we got something right here on the whiting rig. Doesn't feel massive. I'm guessing it's probably a little whiting. Yeah, a little whiting. There we go. Go get him unhooked. We'll put him in the cooler. He makes pretty good fish sticks. All right, you guys, there we go. A little whiting. Let's get an idea. Slippery little boogers. They are some of the slipperiest fish you will ever catch. Let's see, let's get an idea. 10.5-inch whiting on our little whiting rig. Super fun. He's gonna be fish sticks for lunch. I have a general rule. There is no regulations or size limit or bag limit on these fish. I just kind of set myself a standard of if it's 10 inches or over, it can go in the cooler. It's just a matter if you want to worry about cleaning those little fillets off or not. But he'll make a good little fish sandwich, so. All right. So one mistake that I made a lot when I first started surf fishing was pulling my reels in too fast. You know, you feel like if you've left them out there for 30 minutes or more, odds are your bait's gone, right? That's the nice thing about those fish bites and fish gum is they last for a very long time. Even if fish come up and nibble on them, they're gonna last probably an hour at least, if not longer. So even if your natural bait, like your salmon or your shrimp, gets pulled off, no worries. I know I at least have something putting out scent in the ocean. So I have no problem leaving it for a nice long while. But the kicker is, you're waiting for these schools of fish to run the beach. So the more time your bait is in the water, the better chance you have of that fish coming through. And so make sure not to be too eager to check your bait, to pull it in and out, to reposition. Trust where you put that bait and let it sit, let it soak. And hopefully you're gonna get a fish, because most of the times when I catch a fish is after it's soaked for at least 30 or 40 minutes. Let that scent get out in the ocean really well, and that school of fish come running through. Another thing is, you're fishing in the ocean. The waves are gonna make your rod look like you have a fish. I'm from North Georgia. I bass fish all the time. So if something bump, bump, bump taps my reel, I'm setting that hook. The nice thing about the circle hooks, number one, you don't have to set them down here. Number two, you're looking, if it's a nice steady rod movement, that's the waves hitting your line, right? I made the mistake so many times when I first started surf fishing. Every time my rod moved, I thought I had a fish, and that's not the case. Because those waves are gonna be hitting your line, and when it does, it's gonna make your rod tip move. So what I did was I kind of figured out you're waiting for that erratic movement. So if it's just nice, steady, you know, that's gonna be your waves. But you're waiting for that, or you're waiting for that rod to go and bend over and come back up. That means you've had a good bite. You need to get over there and reel that pole because you've got a fish on. But that's the difference between surf fishing and like bass fishing, is you're looking for that nice little, in surf fishing, you're looking for that erratic jerk and then that bend over of your rod. So that means you've got a fish. If not, odds are it's just the waves. On here. Oh, something finally hit this one. Let's see what it is. Oh, it's down the beach. Tossing a swim bait. That's why I sound out of breath. Oh, it's been a long morning waiting for this bite. It's running sideways. Maybe it's a pompano. It's a good hit. Oh, it broke off. You gotta be kidding me.